spotted this vehicle around 3 p.m. They decided to stop the pursuit because of how reckless it was driving. And now we see that this vehicle just exited the 405
that was
freeway.
a side swipe there.
And that was
all right, let's go.
And so again, this driver continues to drive pretty recklessly, going way over the speed limit. Eliana, whereabouts are we at right now?
Yeah, we're in Lawndale now, Annabelle, and we are experiencing a
What's
little
up,
bit
Soundless
of
and
weather
Danger?
here through the South Bay. We're getting some of that marine fog here, so every now and then
we already got issues
in a little bit of fog, and
with the marine layer.
It's going to be thin enough to where we're going to be able to continue to follow the vehicle. But for now, he's on surface streets here in Lawndale. Hawthorne is the major street here. Again, it is the.
Come on, Eliana.
Okay, we have
what's up, Knox and Quinby and Arab?
There it is, back again. When you look at this pursuit, the LAPD or any other law enforcement agency
I'm live on
is not
YouTube,
following
right?
this driver right now, but
or
Eliana,
no?
Obviously, he's aware or she is aware that there is somebody flying overhead because they realize that they are being right now in pursuit. The car coming to a stop there looks like it may be trapped, trying to find its way around.
I am. Okay.
So what have you got up in the sky with you right there? Do you have police helicopters with you there?
Yeah, we do. We actually have the CHP helicopter overhead. Prior to that, it was the LA County helicopter. Prior to that, it was LAPD. So whoever is behind
what's
the
up?
wheel of this stolen vehicle has, and hopefully it's going to be thin enough to where we're going to be able to continue to follow the vehicle. But for now, he's on saw.
What is happening?
Nearly T-boned.
What is happening?
Here in Lawndale.
Why is it jumping around like that?
All right, so Eliana is tracking this vehicle along.
Sure, there it is, back
okay.
again. When you look
it's
at
back
this
live,
pursuit,
but is
the
it really
LAPD
live?
or any other law enforcement agency is not following this driver right now, but Eliana, obviously he's
around, not knowing
dude,
that
what is going on?
It seems like it's
in a parking lot of a shopping plaza right there. And Eliana, you mentioned the marine layer coming in. We've seen.
Dude, their shit is all fucked up. I'll refresh, but I think it's them.
After that very scary close call.
Okay.
After that, he made his way through the Target parking lot. There were a couple of pedestrians walking around. Before
all right, now we're
no
here.
Close calls there, but now he's in what looks like a residential neighborhood. We're entering Hawthorne, folks. So if you live in the Hawthorne area, you're just going to want to stay off the road until
catching a little air there. Man, we see so many chases of a Kia Soul all the time. Kia Soul.
We've seen him in a small residential neighborhood. Prior to this, he was just on major freeways, major.
What's up, Gina and MK and Big Talk and Mystery?
Community here.
Oh, and King Ed, Shinji, everyone.
A lot of people just getting home from work or school, and a lot of people still on summer break as well. So it's a situation where we could see a number of pedestrians out here in the Hawthorne area, but continuing to make his way here through surface streets.
Certainly an area you don't want to see this pursuit when you see homes there, Annabelle.
Yeah,
and
true.
People potentially that could be on the sidewalk as well as the roads there, as she mentioned.
Eliana, let's talk about the street the street that this driver's on.
Annabelle, this is a small residential street, homes on either side of the street, so definitely not the type of neighborhood. Oh, look at that! There was a
whoa.
There or a guy on a scooter there making his way through, who of course wouldn't anticipate that there would be a police pursuit making its way through the neighborhood. And again, there's no police units behind him, so you wouldn't even think this is a pursuit. You would just think that this is some sort of crazy driver making his way through the Hawthorne neighborhood here. But I believe he's going to come out to a bigger street here. Which is good because it at least put him away from some of those homes. Oh gosh, look at this. What is he doing? Literally just turning.
Those people are hitting their brakes.
Vehicles in front of a pedestrian.
Well, we've already seen one car sideswipe, so this driver doesn't seem to be concerned about anybody, and right now doesn't seem to really have a
Are they going to hit a dead end?
They are going, seeming to trying now to leave the Hawthorne area as well, Eliana.
Or the street that this
dude
driver's
is jumping
on.
around again.
Annabelle, this is a small residential street.
What is going on?
Overhead. How long has this been going on right now?
Yeah, as far as we know, this has been going on for a good 30 minutes.
I'm tripping out with this. What is going on?
That's just the pursuit part. But prior to that, another agency, the LAPD, was in pursuit. So on top of that, I'd say it was at least another 30 minutes prior to that. So this has been going on for a
Kenny,
very
what's
long
up?
time.
Nest, what's up?
As far as we know, there haven't been
Eddie,
any
what's going on?
collisions. And from what we can gather here, just looking at the vehicle, a number of close calls, perhaps a small
Stolen Kia Soul.
earlier.
Stop me
But
if you've
it's been a
heard this
dangerous
before.
one, just because of the driving here, the high speeds on a, this is a surface street, and he's going almost 60 miles an hour, highway speeds in a residential neighborhood. That is the danger of this.
Right through stop signs and everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Time is
Eliana,
convoluted. I
that
guess so.
there are a couple of people in this vehicle.
What the hell?
You've got to wonder what the passengers are telling this driver to do, either stop or, if they're trying to get out of the vehicle and the driver
Yo,
is
Charles,
just
thank
not
you.
stopping.
Thank you for $20. Holy shit. Cheer up. Go buy a pizza. All right.
Where,
I will.
The passenger didn't know this was a stolen
Thank you.
car.
I will.
They were
Everybody
just
on YouTube, hit the
going
like
somewhere with a
button.
friend, and then
I got
it
this
turns
little
out the
thing that
vehicle
makes
was
this thing
stolen.
pop
So
up on
it
the
could be
screen.
a
It's like, hey,
situation
hit the like button.
We had initially heard that there were multiple people in the car, but because of how long this has been going on,
I don't know if it's
there's
working.
also the possibility that the driver already let those passengers out, and he's now solo in this Kia Soul.
Anyway.
That's still unclear. All I can really see
Thank you,
is
Charles.
that driver. I'm really not seeing much in the way of anyone.
Are these
in
Kia
the
Souls
front
bad cars? I
passenger
don't
or
think
even the
so.
rear, but this vehicle does have tinted windows, so it's really difficult to look inside.
And Ileana, recap for us
Yeah,
again,
apparently
because
they're easy
it's
to steal because
interesting.
people do it
This car wasn't
constantly.
just stolen. This car wasn't just carjacked. This car has been stolen for some time.
Yeah, from what we understand, it was sometime this month. I don't have the exact date, but it was LAPD's Wilshire Division, which is roughly the mid-city area of town. So we're a long ways from there. So it could be a situation where this person stole the vehicle days ago, and they've been pretty much driving it like they own it ever since. And it was this afternoon when LAPD officers from, I believe it was the 77th Division, first spotted it. They tried to
Man,
pull
is
him
that what
over,
you're trying
but
to
he
do? You
failed to
steal a
yield.
car,
The
you're just going to
pursuit
drive
was
around
on,
like you
but
own it?
because
Is that the plan when
maneuvers,
people steal cars?
The LAPD decided it was best to just
Just
let
like
it
you're
go,
gonna
and
keep
that
it?
hopefully they
You
would
think
get him
that's
on
gonna
some
work
other
out?
time. But he made his way into LA County, and that was his mistake, because once he got to LA County Sheriff's jurisdiction, they started chasing him, and then they've given it over
Now
to
I get the
California
notification.
House.
Thanks
All right,
again,
so we've had
Charles.
3 different law enforcement agencies
The YouTube
involved
notifications
here.
are so
And
delayed.
What are you hearing in terms of chatter on your scanner about anyone getting involved on the ground here, or are they just going to continue to monitor this from the air?
At this point, just from the air, because of stuff like this, Robert, this guy's driving on the wrong side of the road, and there's literally no one behind him. So if they add units behind him, it's only going to escalate things. It's only going to make him that
Why not
much more
switch the
nervous
plates? That's the
and
that's
just
the thing you
continue
got to do, I
endanger
guess.
the public. What I could see them possibly doing is just letting it go altogether. Now, you might be wondering why would they do that after everything this guy has done? Well, it is a property crime after all. It is a vehicle that was taken. This isn't a murder suspect, and so for
This
that
car's been
reason,
stolen for days, yeah.
The officers may determine that out of an abundance of caution here, it's best to just let this guy go now and hopefully get him in the future.
Whoa,
Because
whoa,
lives
whoa.
are being put in danger with every
Yo, that
twist
was
and turn
so
this guy
close.
makes.
Well, and Ileana, and what's important to mention, Annabelle, as well, is that the reason our viewers need to know that NBC4 is overhead is because we are monitoring the danger this does present to the community, to
They're
those who
doing a
live in
public
Inglewood
service by
and
filming
Hawthorne
this and
other
putting it on
places that This
TV.
pursuit has
This isn't
has
for
taken
entertainment
place on.
purposes.
So we are
All right?
overhead monitoring it, trying to
They're
make
trying to
sure
keep the
that
public
this
safe.
pursuit ends as safely as possible. But
That's
right
right.
now, there are people that are in
Jeez.
danger.
That's right. And so
How
if
many
you
times are you
know
gonna be able to
anybody
do
who's
this shit
driving
without
around
getting
this
in a
area,
wreck?
as Eliana also mentioned, tell them to just stay away from this particular area, the South Bay area, now driving on Yukon Avenue in the area of Inglewood. So if you are watching
Beginning
this,
of
if
the
you
year,
have
we had
family
chaser.
members who you
Yeah,
know are
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
coming home to this
In
particular
January
area,
this year, we
it's
had
time to be
crazy
very,
amount of
very
chases.
Careful. But we see how this driver has been driving around the area, has been going into parking lots and near fast food areas. And we don't necessarily know why this person is going into these parking lots, but that's also very dangerous.
There's a guy out there somewhere wishing someone would steal his old lady for days.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are small
that's got to be
residential
true,
neighborhoods
Charles.
as well, which is so concerning because people could be out and about at this time of the day.
Hey,
especially
Scott,
people just
welcome.
trying to make
Shout
their
out to
way home.
Michigan.
And when he's encountered situations where he's put behind a vehicle like this, he just gets desperate and starts going the wrong way, or he starts turning in front of other vehicles, running red lights, running stop signs.
Whoa, okay,
so
there was
there's
the
clearly
crash.
a desperation to get away. So it'll be interesting to see.
All right, please
who,
don't show
in
us
fact, is
replays, but
behind
okay,
the
that
wheel
was
when all
acceptable.
is
If you
said
don't
and
show it
done.
again,
But again, at
it's
this
okay.
point, multiple
You just got to stop
law
showing it
enforcement
right now
agencies have been in pursuit
before I
of this
lose my
vehicle
shit.
today, and the pursuits continue.
And
Stop
you were mentioning
showing
before,
replay.
Annabelle, how popular
Stop
it is
it.
for Kias and for actually
The
Hyundais,
fuck?
The social media thefts that they've been encouraged to do.
The left
State
one is
officials
the one
throughout the
that's
country
it's
said
live
they have
right
been
now.
at least 8 people
Obviously.
killed.
I don't know why we're watching this
because
other one.
of these car thefts,
Why are we
these
watching
social
two?
media ideas that get on there, steal a Hyundai, steal a Kia. And just last month, it was our own Attorney General, Rob Bonta, that said
Kenny says that he stole cars
the
and used them to
trend of
shoplift.
stealing these cars at this point did not meet the criteria for a national recall. But due to
He
this
didn't
happening,
say that. He didn't say that
was
he
an
did it,
idea
but he
in
basically
place
said that.
to actually try and recall these cars to get them off of the road, because right now they are so vulnerable, because they're such popular cars to steal because of what
You
we're
should be
seeing
the
right
editor.
now-
They
right
should
now
put me in
online.
charge of
Ileana,
the
take over for
direction,
us. Here you
the
are
editing,
again
all
in
of it.
a
I should just be in
parking
charge
lot
of all
looks
of
like a
it.
pretty big shopping plaza.
Because I feel like I know
Yeah, and
better.
I'm just so nervous, Robert, because there's a lot of families walking around. This is a big store. I didn't get a chance to look at.
Man, they
what
are
type of
so
store
far
it
away
is,
right
but
now.
You can see it's a big lot.
Is this
and
a
he's just
no-fly
making his way
zone?
through the lot.
They
I
are
think he's
so far.
lost.
Whoa,
Going off-roading
whoa.
here, for a second onto the sidewalk and back onto the road. He's in Inglewood, so it's a further shot than we'd like to give you, but we're in the LAX airspace.
Yeah,
so
no-fly
we have to
zone.
Stay a little bit further away as planes go into land, but he's coming back our way, so that should make it a little bit better for us. But to just
Keep coming
bounce
this
off
way.
of what you were saying about these Kia Souls, like it really has been an epidemic from what we've been able to gather in the pursuits that we've been able to gather to cover involving these vehicles. We've
It's an
had
epidemic.
a number of them in the last few months, sometimes multiple a day.
One
that were
time we
Kias.
saw that
So
chase.
this clearly
Yo, you
is an
remember the
issue,
chase where a
and,
guy stole a
today
Kia
is,
Soul,
yet again, a
and then
Kia
he's
Soul,
running from the
that
cops,
was stolen
and then all of a
somewhere
sudden
from
someone
the
else
East
in
Wilshire Division,
the
so
same
roughly the
vehicle,
mid-city
another
area
Kia
of
Soul,
town, sometime
came
this
up and
month.
like got
How that
involved,
vehicle was taken,
and it
that
was
is
like
still unknown,
two of the
whether it
same
was,
fucking
just a crime
vehicles.
of
But one of
opportunity
them
or
was
some
running
sort
for
of
the cops, and the other one was just
but you
like
can see continuing
getting
to
in the
try to
way.
squeeze his way through
Like,
traffic
I don't know
here
why
in
they
the
were
city of
doing it,
Inglewood.
but
Paying
they
no
were just
attention
like
to any
in the way.
signals right there. Ileana, we want to thank you for that, and we're going to keep monitoring this pursuit as we look ahead
No,
to
don't
the
go away.
NBC4
Wait, hold
News
on.
now at 5
I
o'clock.
can't
And
handle
we have
that.
breaking
Hold
news
on.
that is unfolding right here.
You're gonna make
That's
me
right.
look and
We've
find
been
more.
following this breaking news of police in pursuit of a stolen car. You see it right there.
We need a backup at least.
This is a white Kia Soul, and of course,
right,
has
it's
been
on other
driving
news stations, too.
recklessly as we've been monitoring this
And
pursuit,
they have
in
the
South
NBC
Bay area, currently in the Inglewood area, Robert.
We've seen it on the 405.
Actually, I'm
going
gonna
to
switch.
We've
Wait,
seen
maybe
it in
not.
Hawthorne. As you mentioned, we've seen
Hold
it
on.
in Inglewood. We did see one
There's-
car that was sideswiped.
all right, anyway.
As you watch the driver behind this wheel, he has had absolutely no regard for any traffic signals. He has gone through residential neighborhoods. He has gone through parking lots of shopping plazas. It doesn't really seem
Okay.
as there is a
We're gonna stay
direction
with
to which
Eliana
he
for
is
now, but we
heading.
do have a
We
backup.
understand that 3 different law enforcement agencies, the LAPD, the
Dylan, thank you
CHP,
for following.
the LA County Sheriff's Department, have all at one time been in pursuit of the stolen vehicle. All have pulled off because of the dangers involved.
He's going
they are
so
monitoring
fast.
it overhead, as is News Chopper 4 with our Ileana Moreno overhead. We continue to monitor this right now. We stay overhead because of the danger right now presented to the public.
That
As
they're staying
Ileana
there
Moreno
because it's so
pointed out to us,
dangerous for
Annabelle,
everyone else.
This was a car that was not just stolen. That was not just carjacked, and I say carjacked in quotation marks because we don't know if the person behind the wheel or if any of the passengers are armed at this point. Right. But this was a car that was stolen perhaps several days, several weeks ago. LAPD got a hold of it in Inglewood. And that's what led us to the races right now.
Right, and so LAPD apparently spotted this vehicle around 3 p.m. They started a pursuit. This driver failed to yield, and that's what gave way to this pursuit. Now, they decided to pull away. Units decided to pull away from this pursuit because of how recklessly the driver was being in regard to being pursued by police officers. But they have been monitoring, as you've mentioned, Robert.
Yo, Crack, what's up? And JT, yeah, he's gotten air a few times, actually.
And truly, I mean, just from what we've seen
what's
this
up, Paul?
car go way over the speed limit on the 405 freeway, on these surface streets, into parking lots. And again, not having any regard for anybody who is around this driver. I mean, so many close calls as we've witnessed. But we had heard that there could be multiple people in this vehicle. The windows are tinted, so it is pretty hard to see. But again, we are talking about
now they're going the wrong way.
As we've mentioned,
from
there have
us
been
anyway.
so many reports of these vehicles being stolen.
Would like for them to turn around and come
challenge.
back.
And so these are easily targeted by thieves
Look at this.
who want to, just steal a vehicle.
Well, and what's interesting also is that if the car was stolen several days ago, they didn't swap out the license plates. They didn't take off the license plates. The car hasn't been stripped for parts.
Right.
So this was a car that, had been, someone had been
Okay,
behind the wheel
we've passed the 15. All right, thank you. I don't know if that's scentless doing that, but thank you.
Was being looked for. And
congrats
this
to
car was
everyone who
spotted,
predicted
and
that it
now
would
this
be 15
driver
minutes
has
long.
taken a very reckless chase throughout different parts of the South Bay here.
Hopefully we get to see it if this goes for another 15 minutes, because right now he's going a direction that we're not going to be able to see.
Through Torrance.
Right, like
So
the
now
news
we're
are
back in
so far
South
away
LA.
from this right now
Again,
that it's
you're not going to
possible
see
that
any law
they lose
enforcement
this any
cruisers
minute.
behind the car or in
He's
front.
just driving
No
straight
spike strips or
away
anything
from where we
planned
need
at
him to
this
go.
point because they deemed that it was just too dangerous to follow him on
ABC's
the roads here
like,
on a busy
I don't know,
Friday
30
afternoon
seconds
in
behind.
Southern California.
So this vehicle is only being monitored as of right now on the air. No units are behind this vehicle because of how reckless this driver is being in regards to just disrespecting all of these speed limits. Again, if you know anybody who lives around this area who you are expecting home, just please tell them to be very careful. We are monitoring this vehicle and we are seeing how fast he or she is driving. Just going way over the speed limit.
Just
Hasn't
cutting
gone
all
on the
these
freeway,
people
as you
off.
mentioned,
Whoa,
Robert,
whoa,
but it's really just staying on these surface
Come
streets,
back
and
this
we
way.
know
Keep driving this
traffic
way.
is very heavy at this hour, which could slow down the driver, but is still just
Yeah, no,
turning
mystery. The
whenever
cameras
he
that
or
they
she
use, like
wants
they
to
zoom
turn
well.
and
And
going into these
yo, if you
parking
think
lots,
about
which
it,
is really,
Eliana is so
concerning
far away
lives
from
at
this right
risk
now,
at
and
this
she's still
point.
got her
Again,
camera on
white
this guy.
Kia Soul,
Like
this-
she's so
this,
far away, way
pursuit
high up in
started
the air
or
and
LAPD
super far
spotted this
away,
vehicle
and she's
around
somehow
3
still
p.m., and
tracking
of
it
course,
with the
we got word
camera.
of it,
I
and
think
then
that's
we
amazing
started,
how good they are at that.
monitoring it as well.
Okay, we want to bring in former CHP officer Bill Preciado. Bill,
We
great
don't
to
need
speak
Bill.
with you
Come
again.
on, man.
Under these circumstances, I'm going to have you take it away. What can you tell us from your perspective?
Well, right now, it's Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock. We're dealing with a lot of factors here. The agency
Yo, we don't need Bill. We've got Eliana. Just talk to her.
A correct call. They're
Who cares
backing
about
off a little
Bill?
bit. They have the air unit overhead that's helping other ground units coordinate. The overall safety of the public, I'm sure, is being taken care of. So in this instant, they know it's a stolen vehicle. The individual is obviously driving without any regard for public safety. The
ABC's showing replays, so
officers
fuck
in the
them.
vehicles have backed off a little bit, which is a common tactic used by various
Man, this is
agencies
so bad, though.
for the
I don't know if we're
overall
going to
safety
get
of
to
the
see the end of this.
And they're coordinating. They're not only coordinating with their own agency, but allied
I
agencies.
swear,
that
all
may
the chases
take over
we've
the
had in the
pursuit
last
at
few
some
weeks have
point
all
in the
been
future,
messed up,
depending
all
on where
been by
the individual
LAX.
ends up, whether it's
I
in
said
the
this
county
last
area
chase we watched. I was
or-
like, man,
or
why are all the
surrounding,
chases by
city.
LAX right now?
Well, this is sort of then the
And
question.
here we are,
Bill,
another one.
When do they make the determination that it is appropriate for them to get involved and to get on the roads? And
Charles
to
said
chase
the
this
camera
guy
zoomed in
and
for
to
5
try and put
miles.
an end to this on the road itself.
Well, as a former sergeant myself, you consider the liability factor. We've seen time and time again through different pursuits where individuals do crash. We're trying to limit that liability for the agency, but more importantly for the public.
Yeah, Pillbilly. I don't think that
sergeant
they're
that's in
actually
charge of
going
this pursuit
anywhere.
probably made the call, or the responding
Doesn't
unit,
look like it, right?
They made the call.
Now they haven't come out of there.
Let's back off a little bit. Let's let
Yo,
our
they
take
stopped?
over and give us the location.
They
Believe me,
stopped.
there's units coordinating
No, wait.
around this
Yeah,
pursuit.
they stopped.
And at some point, when this individual either slows down or parks,
Wait, there they are.
you will see a wide range
Okay,
of
we're
officers
back.
respond and set up a perimeter to catch this individual.
What did they do? Yo, I need this guy to shut up and talk. Let Eliana talk.
The agency that's responsible for this, and that's for the public safety.
So, Bill, they're hovering
Let
in the
Eliana
area,
talk.
Somewhere nearby.
Man.
It seems that they are going around the area. Possibly that suspect is familiar with the area or communicating with individuals that may want to assist in harboring him at some point if they do decide to take foot bail.
Put Eliana in the chat.
But those are all tactics that all agencies
John
are
thought
aware
about
of.
it.
And
Simp,
the,
yeah,
units are
definitely.
anticipating
But also, like,
moves
dude, she can tell us what's happening better than this guy.
Well, let's talk
This
about
guy's
a
watching
spike
it on
strip.
a
At
delay
what
and
point,
shit, right?
if at
Like
any
he's
point,
he's
we're
watching
seeing
from
how
home,
this
talking to
driver
them.
is just
Like he
taking
can't tell
over
us what's
side
happening in
streets.
the moment.
When
He's not a good
officers
play-by-play
set up
guy.
a spike
They just
strip,
call him for some color commentary.
Well, pursuit,
Eliana's the
the law
play-by-play.
enforcement agencies
We need the
react to how
play-by-play.
that pursuit is going
Play-by-play
on.
more
And in
important
this
than
instance,
color.
It's pretty hard to set up a spike strip unless you know for sure that that particular vehicle
This dude
is
just
coming
talking
that particular
generally,
road.
not even about this
So
chase,
it's
you know?
Usually by chance, if they know it's coming down a long stretch and there happens to be a unit responding, they will coordinate with the pursuing units, basically stating that they are going to set up the spike strip at some point on whatever street that vehicle is coming.
Okay, is he coming
Again,
back our way?
The agencies all have different policies, but the officers that are deploying that spike strip, they're exposing themselves to a grave danger. They're
This
seeing a
Bill
high-speed
guy.
vehicle come in their direction. They need to look for cover. They need to make sure that they
Former
it's an element
CHP
of
officer.
surprise for
They always do this. So they got
suspects as well.
guys on
So
call
those
or
are different
whatever.
factors
So
that
during a chase,
are
they'll
by
call some guy
chance,
who used to be a cop, and they'll be
available
like,
to
"Hey,
be
can you
deployed,
tell us
and it's
everything
not
about
something
police
that you can
chases?"
set up, saying, "Okay, I'm going to set up on this street in the case if it comes there," but they're taking into consideration
Whoa.
the travel and the tendency of this.
There's really no
suspect to be
play-by-play. I
around
mean,
a
we
certain
could have heard
area.
Eliana
So that's
react to
probably
that
what's going on.
moment.
We are
Whereas this
talking
guy's
to
not
former
even
CHP
watching the
officer
chase,
Bill
it seems
Preciado.
like.
Bill, stay with us. We want to bring
They
back
just
in
ask him, like, so what
Ileana
happens when
Moreno,
there's a
who has
police
been
chase? Do you
topside
use a
news
spike
shop
strip,
before
Bill?
from the
And then
beginning
Bill's
of
like,
this
yeah, man,
pursuit.
sometimes you use a
Ileana,
spike
go
strip.
ahead and tell us where we are right now and give us a recap of what we have been
That's
watching
how it is
now
every
for several
time.
minutes.
Robert, we're still in the South LA area, residential area, as you can see, where this driver continues to drive at freeway speeds on these small residential streets. Wow, every time there's a close call, I'm just holding my breath because
Bill should
there
take
have
a
been a
nap,
number of close calls. But this driver has been incredibly lucky that he hasn't collided with another vehicle. He had a minor side swipe at one point when he was exiting the freeway.
Bill needs to
but I
enjoy his
believe,
retirement and
that's
get
a
off
hit that we've
TV.
been able to capture. But continuing to make his way eastbound here on a small street. It's going to be 94th Street. It's in the LAX airspace, which is why we can't be right over it. But we're kind of watching it here from a distance. And he
Oh, no, he
appears
turned the
to be
wrong way.
lost almost. There's really no rhyme or reason to the streets that he's
Yeah, he's just
taking.
driving around.
For a time, he even got stuck in a parking lot for a local store. So it seems like he just isn't quite sure really where to go from here. At this point, there's no ground units behind him. So as far
Winnie,
as he knows,
what's going
this
on?
isn't even a pursuit.
How are
but
you?
Of course, the CHP helicopter is still overhead.
In
He might
space
have
dive, how's it
caught
going?
a glimpse of the helicopter at one point, perhaps, and that's why he realizes that this is still a chase. But it definitely appears that he's not slowing down, even though they are in surveillance mode.
And you know, Eliana, so whether or not he's seeing this CHP chopper above him, what's also concerning is that he could be or she could be on the phone with somebody who is watching NBC4 as we're monitoring this vehicle and could let that person know that they're still being monitored.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had one pursuit one time where the driver was watching the broadcast of the pursuit, and I knew because I had asked a question. Hypothetically, I had asked a question, and then he used his fingers to answer that question for me. I think it was a numerical question.
Wait, he's
of
getting
how
out.
many people were in the car or
Ileana,
something.
right here, we
Yeah,
see
they're
the
getting
door
out.
opening.
Yeah, door opening. Here we go.
Okay.
And it appears to be a woman
Okay.
who's trying to run away here.
No
She's
way.
on 92nd Street.
She stopped
She's just
because the
beyond
traffic got
that
too
apartment
bad.
building
She
there.
was
We'll
like,
see if
fuck
she
this
pops out
traffic,
the
I'm
other
getting
side.
out.
Sure enough,
I
there
could
she
run
goes.
faster than this.
Is she
Making
holding
her way
anything?
towards Compton Avenue.
She has a
Eliana,
She
kid?
appears to be holding something.
I hope
No
it's not
way.
a child.
I think you're right.
I don't believe it is.
It's
Let
a
me get back in
backpack.
my...
Our producers are
Yeah,
telling
let me,
us. Thank you.
Okay, it's not a child.
Getting a couple of
so
doublers here.
Here she is down the street. We wonder if Annabelle, as you were mentioning before, perhaps she was on the phone.
She might sideswipe somebody while running. Now she's just going to walk? Yeah, where are the cops,
going to pick her up, or maybe she is just now trying to.
I hope she got somebody to pick her up. I hope she's got a plan, but I don't think so, man.
That
she stopped at a point where it was just like she
so again, we know that
didn't want
units
to
weren't behind
sit there
this
for a
vehicle
second
because of how reckless the driver was being. And now we know it's a female, just got out of the vehicle and started running.
Yeah, chase
and of
is
course
over.
Trying to evade
Tosca, what's
officers.
up?
Clearly,
did she run out of gas, Eric? I don't think so. It just seemed like she came up again, like she was going to have to wait for 10 seconds before the cars in front of her could move. And she said, "No, I'm not waiting."
You're hearing that law enforcement
is she
should
trying
be
to hitchhike
quickly
right now?
Converging.
Are you kidding me?
To try and pick up this driver who is just
she's trying to hitchhike,
taken off in a very dangerous pursuit for some time throughout many communities in Los Angeles.
Yeah, what we're hearing is the airship is calling in units to this location so that they can try to get her, and then they still have to clear the car because sometimes
she is way out of breath, man. That's the longest she ever ran in her adult life. I promise.
Just a passenger, they had nothing to do with this, so they stay in the vehicle. She's actually trying to flag.
She's what if somebody picks her up? I've seen her chase one time before. Saw chase one time where
this is a first.
there were these two guys just trying to get somebody to let them into a car, and they let them into the car. So it can happen.
Okay, and so we see what street are we
like
on,
I've seen
Eliana,
people get
just so we
picked
can
up
tell
by
our viewers.
strangers at the end of chases.
This is going to be Compton Avenue with the cross of 95th Street. We're in the South.
That was one of the most
area
memorable
of
chases I ever saw.
And you can see she's still making her way
It was crazy.
southbound here on Compton Avenue,
And I
which is
streamed
a major
it.
street here through the area.
This was like 4 years
A
ago.
few people, they weren't having it, so she's forced to walk here, but continuing to turn around. She continues to look over her shoulder to see if officers are coming to get her. And at this point, there weren't any officers directly behind her.
Yo,
so
Freeze, give the points. Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess it's over. I don't know. Until the cops are there,
let's take another look.
It could start again, is all I'm saying. It's over, but
the street here, by the way, you see.
I mean, if she got picked up, then I guess it's not over.
There's one right here in the crosswalk. It appears that they had let her
and yeah,
know
nobody's going to pick her up. Like, that's crazy.
From what we're seeing here, that perhaps they knew or telling her that they were aware that she was involved in this pursuit and maybe that they had seen it as she now heads down the sidewalk at 95th and Compton. Lost her here, Ileana. Let's see if we see her coming through these trees.
Stop with the replay.
But you're not seeing any ground units as well. As she continues to walk away from the stolen Kia that was stolen, as you said.
Where is she?
Days, perhaps weeks ago.
There she is.
And right now, just trying to get
breaking news: woman walking down the sidewalk.
No ground units as of yet. I think we have video of her just leaving and abandoning that car. Can we take a look at that as well?
She should hop on a bus. Yo, that'd be
for
smart.
Anybody who's just tuning in, it is 5:13.
Why is the replay always the biggest part of the screen? And this is bad.
This pursuit, it's something that started
Damn
around
it.
3 p.m.
Yo, you know what they're doing on the other station? The same thing, but it's only half the screen. So we're going to go to that one because it's only half the screen.
Officers decided to back off because of how reckless she was driving.
And those people there, I wonder if they know what's happening.
We have seen signs that there are people watching this, and we saw a couple of guys just a few minutes ago on an intersection that saw her going by and clearly, physically, waved and were excited about that. Those folks.
She's a superstar now. She's a celebrity.
Have been watching this as well, knowing that she's coming their way. So this has become a little bit of something. So there are a number of folks out there that are watching this pursuit.
Yeah, LAPD has units on the way. So LAPD Southeast units, I believe, are actually making their way over here. Like I said a minute ago, it seems like it's taking forever, but they are aware of this. They are watching this live.
Yeah, was that guy just following her?
They are clearly aware of her movements, and they are trying to get units into position here as she continues to hustle towards 100th Street. She's got the phone still
No,
in
this
her
isn't
hand,
Stu.
a backpack and another bag as she starts to pick
I don't know.
up the pace
Maybe
once
he's
again
doing the
here
chase right now, but no, it's a little too late.
And again, not venturing into any private property. She's sticking with a public sidewalk, which tells me
maybe is she calling somebody?
Not really making a big effort to hide. She's had plenty of opportunities to hide in a way that we would never find her, and law enforcement would lose track of her. That's not.
Does she think she's clear now? I don't know. I always wonder that because it's like,
as this pursuit,
does she know the helicopters are up there and shit?
At what point do we start to see other people?
Look,
there's somebody right there with a phone.
Video of her.
There are already people. That, just as I was saying that, there are already pedestrians on the street there, well aware of this woman who is
she's
just
a star.
Through the neighborhood, and they know she's up to no good. So
but now she's on
this is now
they are warning her. Yeah, you're probably right. They're like, yo, you're on TV right now.
She is now in an apartment. Yeah, she's in an apartment complex. Looks like
there's no way she went inside though. There's no way this is where she was trying to go. So she's just probably walking around there, right?
With eyes on her.
Like she's not actually in an apartment.
She might have ducked in.
She might
have
walked into one of these parking garages.
Yeah.
Or one of these carports.
Yeah, she's probably just like standing in a carport or something.
They lost her inside, in between these two apartment buildings.
She could have knocked on someone's door, right?
She might just be hanging out in the shade.
I don't think she's in somebody's home because that would just be so random. I mean, you can't imagine that she knew somebody at this place, right?
Oh yeah.
Like she's just walking around.
Is watching on their phone here.
Didn't look like she knew she was going to this place.
They're trying to record it, but she is somewhere in this vicinity, and they are now in a position, now that she's on foot, they should be able to lock down this apartment complex, or at least this one square block. Right. However, it's been at least 5 minutes, maybe I'm losing track of time, maybe even more, and we still see no sign of LAPD. We know they're on the way.
Oh yeah, it's been at least 5 minutes.
Of LAPD, as this woman has more and more time to hide, whether she's just getting some shade.
Hey Thomas, what's up?
Like you said, David, good possibility.
An RBX.
There. She could just take
Clear
a breather
Joker, what's up?
The carport, undercover,
yeah, she stole this Kia. So this woman, she's not a bad driver, but she's not smart at all. Like she took this car days ago. I mean, she's been driving it around.
A lot we don't know yet.
Apparently. She didn't steal it to like strip it for parts or whatever, you know.
And now she
just
hanging out in this property here.
Was driving it around,
or if she's trying to get into somebody's place.
But also, you never know what I should say. I should say that you don't ever know what stolen vehicle means. Like, I mean, if you carjack it, or if like her ex-boyfriend pissed her off. And she went over and took his car from him. If she went and took her boyfriend's car, it's a little bit different story than if she just broke into a Kia and stole it, right? I think
they were just as surprised when she stepped out of the vehicle. This was a stolen vehicle, a stolen Kia Soul. Not sure where it was stolen.
So many different scenarios,
but, her actions here, well, you're right.
I mean, if she had it for a few days, it's like, okay, well, how?
She is not a threat, not as much of a threat, anyways, as she was earlier.
You never know.
And now there is a belief that she is indeed hiding out in that carport, likely the one on the right there, but I'm not sure. There's two buildings there with two separate carports, and she is somewhere in this
Send that guy after her.
And it's possible that all of these pedestrians we're seeing are calling 911 and letting authorities know
he's pointing at somebody.
That she is at that property.
Is this guy talking to somebody? I don't see anybody he's talking to.
Is he talking to nobody?
Is it possible that somebody's over there?
Maybe he's just crazy.
He's talking to somebody.
He's talking to somebody.
For her.
Are you kidding me?
Maybe he's just talking into his phone while he's looking for her.
Got it. Yeah, we're going to try and come around the other side here, see who's on the other side of that fence. He was talking to somebody. I don't know if it's her, but he was talking to somebody near that dumpster. And who knows at this point if she's, I mean, it's just impossible to see.
NBC's not showing it.
We can't tell, exactly where she is, but he appeared to be communicating with somebody behind that fence.
Yeah. Well, this has really been a fascinating pursuit.
Oh, no, wait. Eliana's got it.
You took it with some question
Front of the building. All right, somebody's got eyes on her in the front of the building. That's going to be the California Highway Patrol helicopter who is.
Hold on, we're going to go with this one.
Hold on. The suspect. She has apparently changed clothes.
Yeah,
she's changed clothes.
She changed clothes?
LAPD to send some units over here, so they're on their way.
What do you mean? Who is she? Where is she?
Yeah, 5's way low, Anders.
Ain't no way. She dipped into this carport and like changed her clothes. Had different clothes in her bag. There's the cops. Here they are, down here. Okay. So they're just going to stand right here and what?
Copy that, Jack. I'm on window now.
Okay. Just going to talk to them. Just kind of keep their distance. Okay.
Jack, do you know who's going to go first? Telemundo or NBC?
Stealth, what's up? Yo, if that lady is out there, she needs to walk over by these people and like have her phone out, like trying to, you know, she needs to blend in. Get her phone out. Audio, yeah, there's audio. It's just Eliana's not saying anything right now.
During the driving and also in the
I don't know. The news guys are talking, but I want to hear it from Eliana. Okay. Wait.
I missed what you said, but it's LAPD and CHP that just showed up.
So the cop went back here. Where'd they go? There's one of them. But another one went over by the carport. Like, they're showing that on ABC. One of the cops went down here. But, I mean, you can't see him now. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Because there were two of them, and here's one. And I guess the other guy just walked down this way.
Copy that. 2 minutes to NBC.
hiding as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hiding spots here. She is on private property, so, you know, she is...
She's talking to... They're trying to say what? I want to know what this conversation is. This woman yelling down at the police. Cops are going to go... All right, she might go in. Why are there only... I mean, there's a bunch of cars, but why have we only actually seen 2 police officers? All right, here's the other guy. This is the original guy. So there's only been 2 of them who've actually gone anywhere near this building. But we saw like 3 cars at least, right? Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Another one. Okay.
This building is located on Compton Avenue and 96th Street here in the Watts area. And as you said, law enforcement have just arrived on scene. It's a combination.
Looks like they got her probably.
LAPD as well as the California Highway Patrol. And they're focusing their attention on the carport area of this apartment building. Now, we did get a sight of that woman. We saw her in that doorway just a few minutes ago, the same doorway where officers have just entered. So
that was her?
I assume that it'll be a matter of minutes.
That was her?
And take her
oh, okay.
Additional LAPD officers arriving on scene. At this point,
so she had changed her clothes. She was standing right here.
Over to the vehicle and clear it to see if anybody was left inside because they are focusing.
She's fucked. All right, they got her.
Getting the driver here out of this apartment building and in custody. Oh, perfect.
With the yellowish shirt, yeah. Won over 900 points. Holy shit. Congrats. For some reason, I'm not seeing the YouTube chat.
Yeah, she walked in to the carport area and made no attempts to change her clothing.
She came out the little alleyway, walked past the fence, and turned left.
It had been several minutes, and I could just see her in the doorway there.
I didn't even really
All
notice.
of these residents were out the entire time. No one was really talking to her, but a lot of them were just more confused more than anything.
I saw the woman in the standing right here, and I was like, oh, who's that? Yo, thank you for following. Anybody else who's not following, please follow. If you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
From my pilot, James Pollard, who's in communication with the police ship, is that they may have her cornered now in that carport area. And we're hearing now one person in custody. So that's got to be
That would be her.
It was the only person they were looking for. But we are hearing now over the scanner.
Yo, thank you for following.
In custody here in Watts.
How much is 900 in dollars? The channel points is $0. The channel points have no value. Actually, they will soon. I ordered some stickers. I'm going to give them out for channel points. So they will soon have value. They'll be free. You just got to use your channel points. Harry, what's up? Looks like a lovely place to live, you know. Home is where the heart is. All right, so they got her, but we haven't seen her get walked out. No perp walk yet. Hey, thank you, JJ. What's up? How did it end? She just actually got out and ran, and then eventually walked, and she walked quite a ways until she got to this place. And I don't think she knows anybody here. I just think she just kind of randomly picked this place. And she apparently went over here in this carport, changed her clothes, then walked over, went in here, and then the cops went and got her. Like, she got out of the car because, and I say this sometimes, like, sometimes people running from the cops think that if you stop, like, the cops are nowhere around you, but if you stop, you're going to get caught, right? And it seemed like that was kind of the same thing with her. She never stopped. And she was running red lights, running stop signs, never stopped. And then she ran into a little bit of traffic where she would have had to probably stop for 10 seconds, and she just got out of the car. Like, she could not stand to stop for 10 seconds when she would have been fine. You know, she could have sat there for 3 minutes, clearly 5 minutes before the cops got there, because it took forever for them to get to this place. They were not even close by. How much time do you think she gets? I don't know, man. She just stole a car, but maybe she's got more going against her. Who knows what her criminal history is? Wow, there's a lot of people coming up here now. This little party. They didn't expect this, but now they got a reason to get the neighborhood together. Was watching ABC and they aren't tracking anymore. Yeah, so apparently they got her. We haven't actually seen her get walked out yet. She's in here somewhere, right? So, like, the cops all went down into this little hole, and apparently that's where she was. So, we haven't seen her come out yet. I'm just kind of waiting, unless Eliana leaves before then. Is that the CHP Clear Joker? Is that what it is? They're all wearing dark clothes, yeah. They called for an ambulance. Did they really? Okay. Okay, they called for an ambulance. Yeah, she ran out of steam after jogging for about a block. Man, you gotta think, man, she don't run that much. Like, she probably never ran that much in her entire adult life. Like, that was more cardio than she's gotten ever.
We just heard she was taken into custody, but haven't seen her come out yet.
Chachio says, LA County shall get 2 years state prison, stolen vehicle and evading, 2 years each concurrent.
Maybe requesting an ambulance.
And she'll be out in 8 months. All right, that sounds...
Just her, yeah.
That sounds pretty reasonable. Sounds likely. ABC closed, so new viewers coming. Get them all in here. Where are they at? Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Welcome anybody. Sub to the channel. I don't go away like ABC. And I will always find the best stream, so we only watch the right one at the right time. You don't have to worry about jumping around because I will do that. That's all I'm good for. Is Pup in a helicopter? Yo, I saw something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at his thing to see if he had anything to say about this, but it said that he was on his way to a chase, and he looks like he was in a helicopter. Yo, dude, Puffscan, who is he flying with? That's huge. Man, that is awesome. I'm so happy for him. If you guys don't know, there's this guy from LA. He's younger guy. He's a police scanner guy. So
they haven't brought her out yet.
Okay. Anyway, he has been real passionate for years now about doing news stuff, right? So he wants to have Eliana's job, and he's gotten to go to their like office at the airport before, but it looked like today he was in a helicopter with a news station. So good for him, and everybody knows him. All the news people know him, so he's got clout. That's super cool for him. But like everybody knows this guy because he's tagging all of them. He's like on top of the police scanners all the time. So in this small world of police chase fandom and coverage, he's a well-known guy.
Okay. I heard Latina. Yeah. Yeah, it was hard to tell.
Gina, he comes in here sometimes. He's in my Discord too. He's always been cool about my stream. He's promoted my stream a few times on his Twitter. He doesn't have like a huge Twitter account. You got to keep in mind that this is a small thing, right? This police chase thing is not some huge international fame, but he's famous in this very small world. Yeah, he's PupScan LA on Twitter. Shout out to him. The chair too small, you think so? The paramedics are here. Is she feigning health issues? Yeah, probably. I don't know, man. It's probably better to go to the hospital than go to the jail. Hit the sub button if you're coming through on YouTube. She got a heart attack? She might have. Somebody in chat was saying that. Who said that? She's going to have a heart attack. Was it Charles? I think Charles said that. Did it say if she had a gun? They didn't say anything about that. I mean, I guess we're just going to sit here and wait till they get her out and get her on this little chair. Yeah, we need to see the perp walk. We're in it this deep already. Man, this all right. So everybody who lives in this building or lives next to this building or who is outside right now looking at this, they're going to be talking about this for years. This is going to be, remember the time that lady came here after that police chase? This guy's out here getting content. Maybe you guys can't see him. Can you explain the story? Sure.
We have an hour left. 1 hour, 60 minutes.
So this woman had stolen a Kia Soul.
To her. Yeah, she's still in there. They brought the gurney out.
So she stole this Kia Soul. She had it for a couple days apparently, and then the cops found her. Thank you, Smurftown, for the follow. And they chased her, mostly with a helicopter, not on the ground, because she was driving real crazy, right? So she eventually got out and ran, and she ended up at this apartment. You'll have to settle for a perp push. So true. Yo, Gamerpool. She had it for days. Supposedly she had it for days. They said she drove it around like she owned it. That's what they said.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what could possibly be going on in there if they can't get her ass out here? This has been a long time. There's got to be like 5 people in there trying to get her out. She had driving skills. Yo, I agree. She was actually driving pretty well. I mean, she didn't hit people when there's so many times when she should have. I thought she was a pretty good driver in general. But that adrenaline will make people, swear, people in police chases are awesome drivers. It just, in general, they're really good drivers. And I don't think it's because they stole a car or whatever. They got in a chase because they're a good driver. I think it's because they're in a chase, then they're a good driver. It's like the adrenaline thing just makes him drive. Suddenly you can do stuff that you just normally wouldn't. She probably just don't want to get out. Yeah, Nathan, you're probably right. Wasted the tax dollars. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cops out here. They're having their own meeting here, much like the entire neighborhood is now hanging out over here.
Hey, Jack, yeah, I'm getting it as Watts. Compton Avenue 96.
Yeah, N1, she's still in there.
Yeah, it's probably the north end of Watts.
The EMTs went in there, and that's why they got this like stretcher and shit. I think this white guy in white is an EMT.
Wow.
3D Hen, what's up? If you're watching on Twitch right now and you're not following, you should follow. And if you're on YouTube, you should hit the subscribe button. It's free.
True, yeah.
Thank you. Starbucks.
Oh, for being in here? Oh, hold on. Correct. Yeah, she had some sort of medical emergency. That's her bag that the officer has.
Oh, that was the bag she was carrying.
Yeah, so she's being treated for some sort of medical emergency.
Yo, Blink, thank you.
Top of 6? Okay.
We, as chat, should Uber Eats like 5 dozen donuts. Yo, that'd be awesome. Thank you for subscribing, guys. I'd stream this anytime there's a chase. I'll get on live, but otherwise I just make a lot of shorts for good parts of the chases. So check them out. You probably like them. Imagine going to get groceries and coming back to this, right? She's having a medical emergency. So, I mean, at this point, I'm feeling like that might be kind of serious. Like, there's some reason why they can't just get her out of there. You know? Yo, Nightmare, thank you. Oh, yeah, the thumbs up on YouTube. I think that worked this time. I don't know. Got a lot of people watching on YouTube right now. I'm not sure why. After the chase is over. All we're doing right now is we're just waiting for this lady to get brought out here. That's the scene. That's what we're doing. Okay, they got another one. Yo, they couldn't push that one in there? Oh, this one's got heavier wheels, I think. Yeah, this one's heavy duty.
True. Yeah.
So we got 2 chairs now. It's like the end of that one chase where they just kept bringing more bear cats. It's like, yeah, let's just have another one of these. It would certainly help to have 2. How big is she? I don't know. She was pretty big. She didn't look... I mean, they could have picked her up, though. You know, like, these cops could probably drag her ass out of there if they really wanted to. She has not come out yet, Eric. She's still in there. Supposedly medical emergency or something. Is anybody listening to that scanner? Well, I don't know if they're talking about it, but Eliana's listening to it for sure. And she'll tell us if something real significant's going on, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no way. He's with Eliana right now? He's with her right now? No way. Yo, that's so cool. They need a forklift? Yeah, dude, I want to do that. It's my dream to do what PupScan is doing. It's my dream. I want to go in the helicopter with her. Oh, did you post the link? Sorry, my bot will delete it. But let me see. Oh, there he is. Yo, that's crazy. Oh, that's so cool. Shout out to him. Yo, that's so cool. He's in the helicopter with the pilot and Eliana. Super cool. You want to see it? Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show it to you. Here he is.
The paramedics are in there treating her, but it's unclear what's wrong with her.
So yeah, shout out to him. That's awesome. I'm proud of him. Oh my God. He looks like a kid. Yeah, he's a kid. He just graduated from high school. He's like 18 or something. Who is he? He's this guy. He's a big he has like a decent sized Twitter account that's about, he gives police scanner stuff. So he'll tell you, you know, that there's a chase coming up. So a lot of people rely on his channel, his account to tell us. Like if I open it up and he's like talking about a chase, I know I need to be paying attention because maybe it's going to come on TV, right? So he is a go-to guy if you want to know the status of whether or not they're about to go live or whatever, you know? Yeah, they let him follow his dream. Yo, for real. And Eliana knows him because she talks about him on the stream actually quite a bit. She will say like, oh, thanks to PupScan for telling us about this one. Because he's listening to the scanner, and then he'll tag Eliana and be like, hey, go to the chase. So he's actually got some experience in directing these news traffic where they're going to go. The news chopper. Super cool. Yeah, he's been doing he's been doing the scanner thing for a few years now, right? At least. He's been around for a while now.
Copy that, Jack.
Probably the last 3 years at least. I'll link his channel for you guys.
Okay. Hey, copy. Oh, here
He doesn't have YouTube or nothing. He's just got a Twitter account. There she is. Okay. Man, she looks like she's having the fucking worst time of her life right now. Oof.
Yeah.
Need to start a podcast with him? Yo, Gamer Pool, that's a good idea.
Yeah, normally we would say that she's being put into the back of a patrol unit, Robert, but this time it looks like she's going to be heading off to the hospital.
DJ, I don't think he does YouTube or anything. He's just on Twitter.
Custody in that apartment building in the carport area. Officers determined that she was having some sort of medical emergency, so they called the fire department. They came out with their paramedics, and they were tending to her for quite some time in that carport area until finally they were able to very gingerly walk her to the gurney where she is now being rolled down the street here. Again, this is Compton Avenue at 96th Street. She's going to be placed into the back of that.
She's alive, but it looks like barely, right?
Because after her time at the hospital is complete, she will be taken into custody.
Jeez, that's a lot of cop cars.
What type of medical emergency she may be having, but again, off to the hospital she goes, but in the custody of the LAPD.
Think she ate contraband? I mean, yeah, I guess. Usually that would probably take a little longer to like kick in. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she's on drugs. She looks like she's having a hell of a time right now. Oof. Yeah, what is going on there? Does her face look busted up, or is it just like bad quality? I don't know. She's out of the hospital and then the jail. Are they going to take her handcuffs off? They are. She's dressed like a B-girl. Her Fitbit stats, yo, she was running for a minute. Clearly she's not built for it, though. Because she ran and now she's in shambles. She ran for like a whole block and now her life is over. Oh, God. It's so bad. This is the Kia driver. Yeah, danger. That was the woman who was driving the Kia Soul. That was her. What's up, Crest? She got like 2,000 steps. She probably did. She probably got like 2,000 steps walking from that car to this apartment. Medical bills on top of the property damage, on top of whatever, you know, she needs to maybe pay an attorney. That looked bad. Oh, who's this? Are there people stuck on this bus? What is this woman doing? Eric, thank you for following. I know we got a lot of new people on YouTube, so hit the subscribe. It's easy to do. It's free. You got nothing to lose. She just lost her driver's license for sure. What city is this? This is in Compton, California. Kind of feel bad for her. Yeah, I do too. 100%. I mean, this is the worst day of her fucking life. This is bad, right? Yeah, they put the handcuffs in the front. Yeah, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve this entire thing. I'm just saying I feel for her, you know? But she got herself in the situation. I'm not trying to say she's been mistreated in any way. She's famous now, I guess. I don't know. She was famous for the entire time she was running from the car to that apartment. In that moment, she was famous. And I think after this, she will no longer be famous. She's going to wake up and wish she never woke up. Yeah, 100%. They keep it rocking. That's right. You fell asleep, Shinji? Did you fall asleep after the chase ended? Because you didn't miss anything. FG, what's up? Yeah, this is in Southern California, Los Angeles, Compton, more specifically. And somehow she stole a Kia Soul. We don't know, how or what, but that's what happened. So here she goes. So thanks.
Assignment desk, do you want us to go with the ambulance or do you want us to stay at the apartment building for the hit?
Okay, they're going to put Eliana on TV. But we're just watching the stream coming from her helicopter rather than the news station. But thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
All the new people. I don't know how a lot of you got here, but thanks for coming.
What?
Hopefully there's another stream, another chase later tonight, and I'll go live and we'll watch it because I'll be around here waiting. It was a good chase. It was a really good chase, actually. That was a good one. It's really good.
Are we not doing top of 6 anymore?
Should we raid somebody on Twitch at least? I know I can't. I don't know. You might be able to do some shit like that on YouTube, cool. But I don't know. I think CM said that you could. Okay.
No worries. We'll be ready to go top of 6.
Let's raid
the ambulance.
Crispy Jenny. Think Ness is on? Oh, shit. Okay, well. We'll go say hi to Jenny anyway. Make me look good. Is this a car chase channel? Yeah, I guess so.
They're like all made out of metal.
Okay. Good night.